So today we're playing Halo Reach in 2025, 15 years later. Oh my god, I remember when this game first came out back in the day in 2010. It was this game and Black Ops 1 that was my life back then. This was actually my first Halo game too. And it's weird because I actually remember like enjoying this game a lot back in like when I first played it, but going back and playing it years later after I had the experience and the opportunity to play the other older Halo games that I missed out on, like Halo 3 and Halo 2 and Combat Evolved, I'm like, yeah, Reach doesn't really stack up to those, in my opinion. Now, that alone, people are going to dislike the video and be like, oh, because people tend to look up videos for their favorite games, and a lot of the time they end up finding my video, and whether it's, if I say like a little thing that's negative, people get all up in arms and they leave bad comments and dislikes on the video. I think I just ended up really hating the bloom. That was the thing that really got me the most in this game. I couldn't stand it. I felt like it just punished you for using your gun and wasn't a very rewarding system and not a very good gameplay mechanic if you ask me. So that was the big thing going back that I kind of looked over back in the day because it was my first Halo. So I didn't really care much. I didn't really think that much about it. But now it's like, oh yeah, this is definitely one of my least favorite Halos to go back on and play. But that being said, this game is a favorite among a lot of people in the Halo community, and there are many people who consider it among the best. So don't take my word for gospel. Like, just because I have whatever opinion about it doesn't mean that you're not going to like it. Like, my whole thing is, like, sometimes I'll share my opinions, but I'm not going to try to force it onto other people. It's more just like, okay, let's take a look at this game after, X amount of years, and is it still worth playing? Like, objectively speaking, is it? In the case of Halo Reach, yes, it is. It is probably the second most played, or maybe the third most played Halo game. I think it's Halo 3 is number one, then it's Halo 2, and then Halo Reach, at least in the MCC. There's a lot of people that play Halo Infinite still, for some reason. Probably because it's free to play. And that game, it had so much potential, but they squandered it pretty quickly. It was dead before it really had the chance to get going. But Reach was certainly a turning point in the series. It was the transition between Bungie and 343. This was the last Halo game that Bungie ever made, and they did a lot of... Yeah, they took a lot of risks, and they did a lot of things differently from the original trilogy, both single-player and multiplayer-wise, because they're like, well, this is our last game. It's not Halo 4, it's Halo Reach, so it's like a prequel spin-off kind of thing, so we can just go crazy and do whatever we want, and that's what they did. And the funny thing is, the things that people criticize the most for with the 343 Halo, like Sprint being in there, and the jetpacks, and other stuff that they implemented in Halo 4 and Halo 5, actually started with Bungie and with this game. Now, it obviously got worse in Halo 4 because Sprint became a thing that everyone was able to use, while in Halo Reach it was one of many abilities that you could choose from, including the jetpack and sprinting and a couple other ones that I'm not remembering right now. I think you had like a shield thing too. Yeah, it was different, and in a lot of people's minds it was different in a good way, other people it was different in a bad way compared to the previous Halo games. But if you never played it before, and especially if you have the MCC, if you have Game Pass, definitely give it a go in 2025. There are still plenty of players online. You'll have barely any issue actually connecting to matches and actually finding people to play against. So, yeah, I can't really say that I can't recommend it just because of that. Because you still have people that are online to this day. And to be fair, that's how it is with basically all the Halo games, including Halo 5. Like, some you'll have a harder time finding matches than others. Halo 4 and Halo 2 Anniversary are definitely the least played, but they're probably all still worth playing, at least in some way. Again, there's going to be some that you're going to love more than others when we're talking about the Halo series. Everyone has their own favorite. I've seen plenty of people that said Halo 1 was their favorite, Combat Evolved. Other people said 2, 3... Plenty of people who said Reach, and I've even seen some people, like, maybe not single-player-wise, but multiplayer-wise, make the case that Halo 5 is the best Halo game. But for a 2010 game, I think graphically, and just the way that the gameplay feels, and the player count and everything, it has aged and it has held up very well after 15 years. And it has a lot to offer between the regular matchmaking, the custom Forge games, which Reach had the best Forge out of any Halo by far, so I would say that you should play it in 2025 without a doubt. It can still be a pretty fun game to play.